Today we're going to talk about how a lead is not a sale until someone owns the next step. Because as a business owner, you know how many potential customers have disappeared from your business simply because nobody really clearly owned the next step, right? Give you an example. A person calls, they sound interested, you have a good conversation, they send some information, or you send them some information, and everybody gets busy, right? A week later, somebody asks, whatever happened to such and such, that lead that we had? And nobody really knows. That isn't necessarily a sales problem. It's an ownership problem. And a lead should never leave a conversation without clearly understanding or having a defined next action. That action could be, the customer sending you information, right? You preparing an estimate, someone scheduling a second call, the customer reviewing a proposal, your team following up on a specific date. You get the idea. So, we'll follow up is not an assignment, right? Who will follow up? When will they do it? What will they say? What happens if the customer doesn't respond? Without these answers, leads don't move through a process. They kind of sit in a pile of, nothingness, good intentions, I guess, right? This is especially common, I would say, in a small business because the owner is wearing so many hats. So, you may finish a discovery call and immediately jump into client work, right? If you're the business owner wearing those hats. You remember the lead later on that evening, but you don't want to send a message too late. And if you keep business hours like you probably should, you won't send a message so late because that's outside of your business hours, and that leads to bad habits. So next morning, you're probably facing an emergency, right? And by the time you return to the opportunity, the customer has maybe already contacted someone else. That doesn't mean the competitor was better, basically. It just means that you didn't really clear up what the next step is, and if there even was one. So, my advice, you could use stages like new inquiry, contact attempted, conversation completed, estimate or proposal sent, decision pending, won, lost, follow up later. Basically what you see in a CRM is a process. The purpose of these stages is not to make things more complicated or more corporate, if you will. It is to make opportunities visible and to maintain that visibility. Listen, customers are busy too, just like you're busy. They may be waiting on a spouse, a business partner, a budget decision, an insurance payment, simply a calmer week, maybe. But a respectful follow-up system really does help and keep everybody on the same page. It's not harassment. It is a professional persistence. So, that being said, every active lead needs a clear stage, a responsible person, and a scheduled next action. Interest alone does not create a sale.